Hey y'all, Rylan here, welcome back to my channel. So as I'm sure you can tell, I am officially back in my college dorm room. I am both happy and sad about it because I miss being home, but that's okay. So I've decided recently to film another reading vlog because I filmed one back in November and it was a lot of fun and I really want to do it again, but on a more official scale this time, because last time I made a video of a reading vlog, it was just like totally random and I had to like come up with the plan like, you know, 15 minutes before I decided to film for it. So anyway, so I'm actually stuck in my room for the next 10 days or so because my school wants all the students to self-isolate just so that we can hopefully slow the COVID spread before we go back to class. So here I am, and my roommate is gone because she actually has COVID right now. I had COVID earlier this month. That's fine, but I'm good now. So like I'm back at school, whereas she is still at home because she is still sick and having symptoms. So I thought, what better way to embrace the isolation than to do another reading vlog. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. So I have 3 books in front of me that I'm going to try to read in the next 3 days. So today's Sunday, and I'm going to read Monday and Tuesday, and I'm going to hopefully finish these 3 books. I have nothing else going on because I'm not really supposed to leave my room, so I have time, and classes don't start for a while. So that's not true. Residential classes don't start for a while, but my online classes do start tomorrow. So I just have 1 online class for the next 8 weeks. So that starts tomorrow, but there's never really anything for the first week. So, but residential classes don't start until like the next week. So, okay. So I'll have nothing to do essentially. So I have 3 books in front of me. I'm going to talk about those books really fast and then I'm going to start reading. So the first book that I plan to read is The Last Flight by Julie Clark. I got this book in June from Book of the Month. So this book came out last year. I've heard really, really good things about it. It's a thriller, obviously, because this is a thriller reading vlog. And it's about 2 women who like run into each other at an airport, and they're both like running, I think, from different things. And they somehow end up like switching who's going where, and so it's, I don't know. I'm excited. I am ready to read this one. I'm really looking forward to it. I have heard such good things about it. I've seen it on Instagram a lot recently, and I've had this sitting on my shelf since last year, so I need to read it. Because one of my goals for this year is to read a bunch of like my backlist Book of the Month books, because I have a really bad habit of buying my getting my subscription box every month and never reading the books that I receive. So I want to do better about that. This is book number 1 that I want to read. Book number 2 that I want to read is When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. I've had this arc since right before it came out last September I believe. So I've had this one for a long time, but I kept pushing it off or just kind of forgetting about it, so I want to read it now. I've heard actually that this is more of like a hybrid mix between romance, thriller, and contemporary. I've heard it's kind of thrilling, but it's more about some very deep topics that need to be discussed. I've also heard that there's one very steamy scene in the book, which I don't usually expect in thrillers, so I'm hoping that I am prepared for that, because I did watch a reading vlog, I don't know, a few months ago, where I think somebody mentioned, I forget who it was, that they were not expecting the scene and it kind of threw them off a little bit. So I'm hoping that it makes sense, I guess, to have it in the book, because I know that Alyssa Cole is a romance author, and so the fact that she's writing a thriller I think is really cool, but it also makes me a little bit nervous because like when I read a thriller, I want it to be thrilling and I want to be hooked and I want to be really curious. I want my heart to be racing when I read a thriller, and I'm not sure if this one's going to do it for me, but I do want to read it anyway. So we'll see if it ends up actually being a thriller, or if it's just a really good contemporary type of novel. So the last book that I want to read for this vlog is Pretty Things by Janelle Brown. I'm in a book club that is reading this book this month, and I've had it since it came out, but I have obviously not yet read it, which is why I'm reading it now. I don't really know a ton of what it's about, but I do know that it is told in like rotating perspectives from a con woman, I believe. Yeah. And then an heiress, and they kind of meet and their worlds collide, and so I'm very curious to see what happens in this dramatic and intense, hopefully thrilling novel. So these are the 3 books that I want to read in the next 3 days. Can I do it? I don't know. None of them, I mean, this one's kind of chunky, but these 2 I feel like should be very easy. I've heard they're quick reads, so I'm not too worried about it. I just hope that they grab my attention early enough that I'm not distracted and can just kind of read big chunks at one time. I'm actually currently reading 3 other books, so I'm going to push those off for a few days or not prioritize them, so I can hopefully read these 3 books by Tuesday night, because I would love to get this vlog uploaded by Wednesday or Thursday. I think I am going to start off with When No One Is Watching, because it's not very long. I already have the book divided into 6 sections. I'm going to try to read it in 6 sittings, so we'll see if that happens. I'm going to vlog my progress, obviously, but we'll see how this one ends up going. I don't know. I'm excited. So it is currently 4 p.m. on Sunday when I'm starting this vlog. So let's see if I can read these 3 books by Tuesday night. So in a little bit, or a little more than 48 hours from now. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'll keep y'all updated. So I just wanted to say really quickly that I apologize for the fact that you're most likely going to be hearing my air conditioning in basically this whole video. It is so loud, but it has to stay on or else this room gets so hot, and it's annoying, and I'm sorry. But it's fine. It means I stay comfortably heated/cooled, so it's okay. I am about 45 pages into No One Is Watching, and I am really enjoying it so far. I guess I'll give a little bit of a synopsis now that I know what's going on, because I didn't mention that at the beginning of this video. Basically, this book is told in 2 perspectives. At least I think it's just 2 perspectives right now. We have Sydney, who is a black woman who is living in a black neighborhood that is slowly being like filled with white people, as black people are getting forced out due to money problems and stuff like that. And she's not happy about it, and I don't think a lot of people are happy about it. And then the second perspective, who I've only read one chapter from both these characters so far, because the chapters are kind of long, but it's fine. And so the second perspective is from Theo, who I believe is a white man who lives across the street with his girlfriend Kim. I don't like her, so I'm hoping that like Theo leaves her and then him and Sydney meet. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I assume that's what's gonna happen, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It provides a very good discussion on racism and the black community, like black neighborhoods in New York. Yes, in New York. And it's really good so far. I'm hoping that we get a little bit more like mysterious thriller type of thing going on as I get farther in, but we made some good progress so far. I read the first section that I had marked off, so so we're doing good. We'll see how far I can get in this tonight. I think I'm going to eat some food, and then I'll get back to reading this before starting one of the other books, so. Okay, so I'm almost halfway through No One Is Watching, and I think I have a little bit better of like understanding on what is going on. So I think her neighbors, they're not like moving out because of necessarily like money problems. I think they're just like disappearing all of a sudden. Like these people, realty groups like swoop in and like make all these offers on these houses in this neighborhood, and then all of a sudden like her neighbors just are gone. And there was like a comment at the end of this last chapter that I read, and this person like commented on like their neighborhood blog that said something like I'm looking for people in the neighborhood who've used them to sell a property quickly, or have heard from any of our neighbors who sold. So it sounds like these people that live in this community haven't heard from their neighbors that like moved out since they've been gone. So I'm like, do they know where they went, or like are they just like off the grid? Like I don't understand. I think they're just like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm confused but like intrigued. I am really loving this. As of right now, I think it's like a 4 or 5 star read for me. I don't know. I'm like, it can only go up from here, I hope, right? But wow, it's really good. It's really good. Wow. Okay, I'm going back to reading. Okay, so I have about 130 pages left of When No One Is Watching. I'm gonna finish it tonight. I was not planning on that. I was hoping to start this book and then start another like of the books as well, but this book has so thoroughly captured my attention that I have decided that I'm going to binge it and finish it tonight, hopefully in just one more sitting. It usually takes me more than 1 day to read a book, but I love it when I'm able to sit down and read a book like super quickly. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I just read the sex scene and it ruined the whole book for me. Okay, not the whole book, but it's definitely, yeah, it wasn't necessary. It's fine. It's fine. Hey, so it is almost 2 a.m. and I just finished reading when no one is watching. I'm really tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to sleep, but I really enjoyed this one. I think I'm gonna rate it 4 stars. More thoughts to come in the morning. Hey y'all, happy Monday. It is currently early afternoon. I stayed up until 2 a.m. finishing When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. I rated this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. The way that the story ended, or like the twist that it took nearing the end of the book, really surprised me. I was not anticipating that, but it fit the story. It was really good and I liked it. I did knock off a star, not because like there was anything wrong with the book. I just felt like it could have potentially been a little bit too long. This book is actually like 350 pages and I think it could have been good around 300 or 315 just because there were some parts that dragged or were not necessarily necessary to the story at all. Like, for example, the sex scene, like that did nothing, like it didn't add to the story at all in my opinion. I still enjoyed it and I would recommend reading this book, especially if you're looking for some good commentary. Yeah, it was good. I will be starting the last flight within the next hopefully hour and a half or so. Will I finish this book tonight? I don't know, but I do really need to get through a big chunk of it and I need to start Pretty Things because I need to finish this vlog by tomorrow night. So So it is 9:30 at night. I have like 100 pages left of The Last Flight. I am loving it. Oh my goodness. If I end up loving this book by the time I reach the last page, then that's 2 books that I've read in 2 days that I've loved. And that doesn't always happen for me. I tend to be kind of critical about the books that I read, so oops. But wow, this is so fun. So captivating and dark. And wow. So basically, I'll give a little synopsis now that I know what's going on. So this book is about 2 women, Claire and Eva, who meet at an airport. They're both running from their lives and they end up switching places, and Claire finds her way to California and Eva, we don't know where she's at the moment because her chapters are written in the past. I'm now 2 months before their like switch at the airport. So we started at 6 months before the switch and then now we're at 2 months. So I don't quite know where she's at yet. But Claire is currently in California. She has pretending to be Eva, trying to stay alive, hope that nobody recognizes her because her husband thinks that she's dead for reasons that I won't spoil. There are definitely some trigger warnings, such as abuse. Claire's husband is abusive toward her. We don't see like any scenes where it happens, but like we know it's a part of their relationship because she talks about it. It's a part of her. So there's that, and then I guess there's also drug abuse, drug addiction. That is another thing mentioned in this book in relation to Eva's chapters. So there's definitely some heavy content in this book, but wow. I am so good at giving descriptions on the books that I'm reading. So I'm gonna go take a shower really quick because I want to get ready for bed, but then I'm gonna finish this book, hopefully start Pretty Things as well, even if I only read like 50 pages of that book. Yeah, okay, I'll check back in later. Probably after I finish this book, so yay, okay. Last night, I stayed up again until like 2 a.m. to finish The Last Flight, and oh my word, I am so glad I did. I love this book. I rated it 5 stars, would recommend this to anyone and everyone. I wish I had read it sooner because wow. I'm not gonna spoil anything that happened, but the ending broke my heart a little bit, and yeah, I teared up. I teared up during a thriller because, yeah, that's something that doesn't happen very often, but I did, and obviously that means I loved it more than most thrillers. So this is definitely going on my 2021 favorites list. Yeah, y'all need to read this book because wow, so good. So that means that both of these books have been a success for me, and if I end up loving Pretty Things, which I'm about to go start, this will be a 3 for 3 reading vlog, a whole success. Wow, that would be wonderful. I have high hopes for this book. Everybody that I've talked to recently about it, they've all loved it, so fingers crossed I do as well. But okay, yeah, cool. So I'm gonna go start reading this book and do some schoolwork, but then I'm gonna like try to knock a big chunk of this out by the time I go to bed tonight. Oh, it is Wednesday. I have a really annoying pimple that popped up on my forehead that I try to cover up with makeup, but it doesn't really go away, but it's fine. I like so shiny, wow. So yesterday I did not read as much of Pretty Things as I was hoping to. I am currently on page 134. I'm about a third of the way in-ish. Yeah, it is really good. I am really enjoying it. It's just I had a lot of stuff to do last night before my roommate came back today, except that I just found out that she's not coming back until Friday now, just to make sure that she is not contagious or anything like that. I have more time to read this book and film this vlog before she comes back. I'm still gonna try to finish this book by tonight, potentially. That is the goal, but we'll see if I can do that. I'm gonna go eat lunch really quickly, and then I'm gonna continue reading and then do some school stuff, and because that's gonna be my life for the next 16 weeks. So yeah, I want to get all planned out for that, so I'm good to go and just can stay on top of things this semester. But I'm gonna go eat and read, so woohoo. So I kind of forgot to vlog the rest of my experience reading this book, but I did finish it after like 7 hours of reading time according to the book tracker app that I use. A success! I love this book. I rated it 4.5 stars. The only reason I knocked off half a star is because the chapters are super long, super duper long, but other than that, I loved this book. Oh my goodness. The twistiness of the plot, the shadiness of the characters. Y'all need to go pick this book up right now. I would recommend it. Wow. If you're looking for something that's a slow burn but still interesting, very character driven, I would recommend picking this book up. It is a little bit thicker than most thrillers are, I feel. But yeah, that was a phenomenal reading experience. I read the last 130 pages or so right after I woke up this morning. I flew through them. I had to know how this book was going to end, and oh my goodness, I am so glad I did. Oh my goodness is like the word that I'm using to describe all these books in this vlog, but that's fine. It was so good, y'all. It was so good. I thought I knew what was going to happen, but yeah, I clearly did not know, because wow, that was trippy. So go read this book right now, and honestly, go read all of these books right now, because by jingo, wow. I cannot believe I enjoyed all 3 of these. I'm not gonna lie, I love to read thrillers, but I don't always enjoy them. I actually, last night I finished a YA thriller called All Your Twisted Secrets. It's a library book that I had borrowed, so I needed to finish it, and I rated that book 2.5 stars. I didn't like it. I feel like nothing happened in that book. But all of these thrillers, so much happened. The characters were so good. I couldn't trust the characters in this book, and I kind of couldn't trust them in this book, and in this book I don't know. But they were all so good. If you made it this far, I'm telling you to go pick up these books right now. Like seriously, go pick up these books, please. And let me know if you like them or not, if you do end up reading them. But oh my goodness, I am obsessed. These are 3 phenomenal books, and I'm so glad that I finally read them after pushing them off for so long. So yay. But okay, cool. So that is the end of my vlog, I guess, because I finished reading all of my books, and now I can go put this video together so I can upload it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you decide to pick up one of these books because of my rambling sometimes incoherent descriptions and thoughts on them.